my favorite part about this role. It is crazy and we have to be flexible, but kids are hilarious. Like they crack me up. They say the funniest things, and they're so giving and so loving. Like building relationships with students is just it's the best part, but they just give love so freely, like I get hugged multiple times a day and high fives. And the new favorite thing right now, my kids want me to do the gritty every time they see me, because I did it once, y'all. I did it once
We
just
need
to
to see
like
it.
be popular, and they making me pay for it ever since. So they're funny, the little humans. Caroline, how about you? What's your favorite part of being a school
I
counselor?
think my favorite part is just like those little connections with kiddos. I agree, they're pretty hilarious. They say the most random things, and also being pregnant this year, have had some very interesting conversations with kids. They love to derail our guidance lessons with have Vincent, does she have a big name yet? What fruit is she this week? And they ask all the questions, and so it's made just made it pretty funny and enjoyable. And but I also think, like, in addition to those like little connections, like the deeper connections that come from that too, of me being able to ask a kid of like, oh, softball season's coming up again. Are you playing again? And like making those connections with them when I see them. And then, that kind of turns into them being able to trust me and come to me when they need something, whether that be something small, like a fourth grade girl coming to me because she's upset because she lost her little water bottle topper on her Stanley this week, or something big where a kid's like, I'm worried about my cousin at home because he's sick. And like there's a whole spectrum of things that we deal with that these kids bring to us. To them, they're big things.
Yeah.
No matter what spectrum we think they fall on, to them it's a big thing. And so just providing them space to talk about those things and trying to work through those things and help them cope with those friendship things or the family things. I think just being able to be a part of their story, is something that's, kind of my favorite thing, of like, we get to kind of be, their cheerleader, and somebody that they can trust and go to when they need it most. And, we all have our frequent flyers that, love to come and visit us. But then there's also those kids who every once in a while you don't really hear from, and they'll, reach out and need something. And it's like, it's nice that they know that there's somebody at school that they can trust and has this time and space for it. Because that's what's hard too, is as a teacher, I know these teachers would love to help them, navigate these things, but they have jobs to do. They have curriculum that they have to teach. And so, I think when we can kind of step into that for them and help them in that, so that they can, be able to release that and then be successful in the classroom, like, I think that's really important. And so just being able to connect, with the kiddos and their families too, and just kind of build that like rapport, I think is something that I really enjoy doing, that relationship aspect of it. And it's never a dull moment either, as y'all said with your days, we come in with a plan. And I think that that's kind of nice too, is there is somewhat structure to all of our days, but then at the same time, there's not. And so I think that kind of provides some variety that's nice. Like we have our set guidance schedule, but then there's things that happen throughout the day, and you might find a kindergartner in the hallway crying and need to help them fix a bracelet or a necklace. And so, we wear a lot of hats, and you just never know what those hats are going to be in a day. And so that's kind of a nice thing too, is it kind of provides just some, I don't feel like it's a mundane job. We don't do the same thing every day.
Right.
I don't think I do well in that situation. So it's nice that it kind of has a mix of that.
I love that you, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I love that you tapped into, because we talk so much about relationships with the kids, but relationships with the staff. I mean, you are consulting all day long, right? And so I really feel like they need to know that I am their partner in crime here. Like, I am here to support you with whatever you need, right? Whether that's like helping you, call that parent, or, hey, you need a 5-minute bathroom break. I got you, and so I think that's important as well, Caroline. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that we do our best to have our pulse on what's happening with all of the kids, and we're all in the classrooms all the time, but having that relationship with the staff so that they can really help you have a pulse on all the kids and what's going on with them is so crucial.
Mm-hmm. And consulting and collaborating is a major part of our role. Consulting with the teachers, checking in with parents and administrators, And we consult with each other quite a bit, and that's kind of what we're called to do. I know Sarah is like on speed dial sometimes. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? But it just goes to show we care about our staff, we care about our kids so much, and we don't feel like we have all the answers. So we have other experts. Everyone on this video is an expert in the field, and we call on one another because we all have strengths that we have, and we have things that we can fill in the gap with one another. Um, and that kind of just goes into our next questions about challenges. We have a big job and we love it, and we try to be flexible. We try to do what's best for kids and what's best for our community, but we don't have all the answers, and we try to figure out. So I want to talk just a little bit about the hard things that we face in our job every day. Like I said, Sarah is someone that I go on a line, to be honest. It's like, okay, I'll call her and she's not answering, then I'll call her and then I'll call her until I get somebody that'll help me. We kind of all do that. But Sarah, talk a little bit about what are some of the tough things that you face as a school counselor.
Um, I think that probably the biggest challenge is just all the hats we wear and just how quickly we have to change them. Because we do have all of the, trying to meet all of the social emotional needs and all of those pieces. And then we jump into the guidance lessons. And then we have all of the, basic needs stuff that we attend to. And so I think making the shift between, okay, I'm having this really, really heavy conversation with a kid, and now I have to turn around and, you know, have a conversation with the parent just to make sure we're all on the same page and supporting this kiddo. And now I'm going to go turn around and do a guidance lesson on personal space. And so it's going from, something really heavy to, all right, now I have to completely shift my mindset into we're going to go do something completely different now. Or, okay, I've got to get this done and now I've got to go run and get food bags passed out. And just making sure that we're attending to all of the needs that lie in such different areas, and just having the flexibility for that and planning for the unexpected.
Yeah, that is very true. How about you, Laura? What is a major challenge you face in your campus?
I think it's in the mental health field in general is that concept, that public perception of, oh, the counselor,
Mm.
even though they know me, they see me, I'm the one smiling and waving as they're driving by, or talking to them in the crosswalk. But then they're like, well, my counselor talked to the child, or the counselor talked to my child. Is like, what was she doing talking to my child? And it's like, well, my principal. Well, we talk to every child. Like, we're here for you guys. We're here for your child. We're here for you. Even my own husband was like, he needed to talk to a counselor, and he was so afraid. He was like, what are people going to think? I'm like, it doesn't, like, this is the best thing you'll ever do. Like, just that public perception of counseling as a stigma of not a good thing, rather than we're here to help and guide and empower everybody that with the tools to be successful. But I don't think everybody recognizes or knows that. And so kind of fighting that uphill battle of, hey, it's here, we're here for you. Like, let's do this together. We're partners.